Yes, sir, we're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends Man-Thing Build-A-Figure Wave Jessica Jones figure review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini Mayfield fucking with them. Hype beasts, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
Alright, taking a look at Jessica Jones from the Netflix Jessica Jones series. And I think this figure is really nice. I do like this figure. I like the proportions. I like the deco. I like that it has great likeness to the actual character. And I am excited for the possibilities for kit bashing and using this body for different things aside from its intended purpose as being Jessica Jones. Now, my gripes with the figure are pretty much the same gripes that I have with all of Hasbro's female figures. We'll get into that shortly. And that's one thing. The other thing is the lack of accessories. Not too many things are packed in with her. In fact, there's only one thing packed in with her. And that is the upper torso for the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure. So this is massive. You can see this torso is pretty much the same size as the Jessica Jones figure. But moving right along. Taking a closer look at her head sculpt, pretty much the same, echoing the same sentiments as the Punisher figure. I think the likeness is pretty damn good. I wouldn't say that it's spot on, but it does look very close to the character who played the woman who played Jessica Jones. Tell me her name in the comments again. I don't remember anybody's name. And this girl is like oddly attractive. She's like strangely attractive. I follow her on Instagram, but yeah, I think this looks pretty good. The head sculpt is decent. You can see you know, the eye work looks good, no derpy eyes or anything like that. You can see a little bit of I guess makeup on her. I don't know, she didn't really wear makeup in the show, did she? She was kind of like a natural emo looking chick, but you know, her lips are pronounced. Everything looks good here. The hair looks good, the way it's flowing. Maybe could have used a little bit of a wash in the hair or something like that, but I do like the head sculpt. Just looking at the deco, this was like her signature outfit in the show. I don't think she really changed her clothes, dirty ass bat. But yeah, so this looks good. The jacket looks good. You can see the zipper and some nice details that they put on there. Both the zipper to fasten the jacket and the zipper on the pockets here. And real quick before I go over the articulation, you can see that the jacket can be removed and that her hands can be popped out. So if you wanted to use this body for something else, repurpose it and pop out the hands and just put some regular hands on it and get you a civvy going, or get you one of the Marvel heroines and street clothes, then you could do that. Articulation. So this is where Hasbro always drops the ball when it comes to their female figures. But you saw the head can be removed. You saw it's on a ball joint. The hair is a soft material, but I don't know that it's really, it hasn't been working where it's soft enough to really get the head to stay in a downward position. I mean, the articulation is there, but you can see it's slowly going back to the upright position. But it's there. You can get it to look down. I guess if you kind of swing the hair back behind her shoulders, it may work a little better. And her head can go up just about that far. Again, the articulation is there, but it's going to be hindered because her hair is coming down her back here. So yeah, turn left and right. It can pivot. You get a decent amount of rotation on the head, or a decent amount of articulation on the head and neck, but it could be better. Shoulders are on the ball joint. They're going to come up pretty high, and it'll do a full 360. No cut at the upper bicep. I don't know why Hasbro can't put that on a female figure. It makes no sense. You get a single jointed elbow. That makes no sense. You get rotation on the elbow as well. You get a swivel and a hinge on the wrist. You can see this cut right below her breast, so she can move down pretty far and she can go up pretty far. But again, no cut at the waist. You can't turn her at the waist, which is unfortunate. T-joint at the hips. Legs are going to come up that far, and she can do a decent split. You do get an upper thigh rotation. You do get double jointed knees. Although this piece is a separate part, it's not, there's no articulation under there. You can't rotate. You can get a nice pivot on the foot and a hinge, and that's pretty much it. I would have liked to see her with some more articulation. I would like to see all the females with more articulation. And let's go through a few size comparisons and some swaps and stuff like that. But here she is with some figures from the MCU universe. You got Elektra on the left, and you've got the Punisher on the right. You can see that the buck for Jessica Jones is a very petite woman, a little smaller than Elektra. And let's see how it stacks up next to the smallest suited up heroine body. So there she is next to the Dark Phoenix from the Cyclops and Dark Phoenix 2-pack, and I have them here together posed like this because I'm a firm believer in pre-posing stuff, and I had pre-posed this, and I don't want to take it out of that pose because I want to use it for some display down the line. But anyway, so you can see that Phoenix or Dark Phoenix is a pretty large figure in comparison to Jessica Jones, and then you can see the smallest female buck that Hasbro uses on Miss Marvel here. So this new buck, I guess it's a new buck, is somewhere in between. And then there she is next to the comic-based Purple Man and Kitty Pryde on the right, which I hate that I like this figure, but it's too big. And she's still smaller than Kitty though. But yeah, look at that. That looks actually pretty cool. Maybe you could get Kitty going out with Wolverine in street clothes or something like that. Swap out these hands, but it looks okay. The head is just a little bit big maybe, but not too bad. And there's one of the alternate Jean Grey heads from the Dark Phoenix and Cyclops 2-pack, and that works too. There you go. And this is that other original Jean Grey head or Phoenix head that came with the Phoenix from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave, and I hate this head as Phoenix. It doesn't look good, but as just some random biker chick or something, it could work. You know, it's a lot of possibilities for this body and for pretty much everything in this wave as far as the MCU stuff for kit bashing and all of that good stuff. I wish this could work, but you know, the pegs are not the same. Well, this peg hole is very small for the Spider-Gwen or Gwen Stacy head, so I mean, if it could go on the body, if you really wanted to Dremel it, if you had extra, then it would look okay as far as the proportions from what I can tell. Hey, it's New York City, baby. We progressive over here. So no doubt I'm a fan of the design and the deco for this figure and all of the possibilities, like I've said, for kit bashing and using her as someone other than Jessica Jones. But as Jessica Jones, she still looks great. It looks very similar to how she looked in the show, and I wish it had more articulation, maybe a couple of more interchangeable hands. But you know, at least she's got fisted hands, and you can get in some action punching out people or whatever the case may be. This is one I would definitely recommend, and especially if you're trying to complete the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure, you will need to pick this figure up. But I don't suggest that you pass up on it. It's a nice buck. It can be utilized for so many different purposes. So thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.